Welcome back. Wait, do you want to do it? Or?
Honestly, I don't know what to say, so I'll do it next time. Third time's a charm. Hop to it.
Welcome back to the Dead Batteries podcast. I want to apologize up front because I believe in our first episode, not only was my microphone peaked the fuck out, but I want to say we didn't add any intro or outro music. We didn't introduce ourselves either. So that was a great start.
Hey, that was just the podcast jitters. That's what that was. Come on now.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess it's, sort of growing pains, but I am Dutch.
Hi, Dutch. Nice to meet you. Where do you come from? No, I'm kidding. I am Jose, and together we're going to, as I said last podcast, we should have introduced stuff last podcast, but oh well, we learn. You live and you learn. But yeah, we're just gonna take this podcast, make it very bullshittery, talk about random stuff, and just have fun with it, man.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting journey, as I said last time. And I want to start off by what you sent me, just that small little article.
Right.
Just off the headlines. I was getting. He says Amazon is flying internet influencers to luxurious resorts in bid for social media clout. I gotta be honest, when you sent me that, it reminded me of the Fire Festival, and how that was just a train wreck on top of a plane crash.
See, that's a very funny comparison. But when I saw this article, the first thing that came into my mind was, why? Why? You're already a powerhouse. You have Amazon, Prime. You're basically running all these minor corporations out of the ground, and all these anti-competitor practices they've gone to Congress for. I'm like, why? Why are you still trying to get clout or trying to get these influencers to market your products? That to me sounds like overkill. Amazon is literally the basically the Google of shopping. Like you could go to Walmart, you could go to Target, but that means you got to get out of your chair, and God forbid you actually got to go do something. But in Amazon, you just have to order it, wait a couple of days, and that's it. Why do you need more clout? I don't understand. You're already a powerhouse.
They are a powerhouse. It feels like Amazon's trying to put on their version of like a Coachella or some shit.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna take these influencers over to your warehouse and like show that one portion of the warehouse that had been cleaned, all the employees have breaks even though they don't, just to make it look like it's a good company, and be like, hey guys, I'm over here in Amazon warehouse. Say hello to Robin. Hi Robin, can I go home please? No Robin, you can't go home. Like what are they gonna do? Like what's happening?
Yeah, they're giving them a tour, and then they come across, oh, well, here's our corner of piss bottles. Yeah, our employees, we don't let them have bathroom breaks. We just kind of, we give them a canteen, and we just say, here, just use this if you need to go. If they need to take a shit, they're on their own.
Dude.
Hold it, motherfucker.
Dude, man, I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was a Tyson employee or Amazon employee. I forget who it was, but I know it was a warehouse employee and they actually really took a piss in a bottle, and I think they went back to touching whatever the products were. I think it was like a Tyson employee with like meat or some shit like that. But that,
I still think it's an Amazon employee though, but it could have been a Tyson employee. I do remember hearing about the conditions at the Tyson warehouses.
Yeah, it could have been that, and I do remember because fun fact. When I was, early off in my, adulthood, 18, 19, around that age, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I was...
I still don't.
Honestly, same.
And I'm 21.
I'm 24, I don't know what the fuck to do. But when I was like 18, 19, I used to just basically take every opportunity that came. And one of the opportunities, which I didn't know at the time because I was still, a fresh kid, was a door-to-door salesman. I thought those went extinct, but apparently that was still a thing, and I didn't know what it was. All I knew is that it was an opportunity to sell, and I had to go over to the place for an interview. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. Worst case, I just don't take the job. I hate it. Goodbye, right? So I go in there. The
Mm.
guy interviews me, right? He gave me before he even saw my face, the receptionist gave me a questionnaire with a bunch of like very weird questions, like where do you want to be when you grow up? How much money do you want to make? What's your dream car? Are you driving your dream car? If you're not, then how can you get your dream car? Like a bunch of weird questions that you're like, why do you care? Why does this matter? Why is this important, right? So whatever, as I
Mm.
said, I was a snot-nosed kid. I didn't know any better, so I was like, oh, okay, let me just write this down and sign it, and right. So I go over there, and the guy interviews me. Everything goes fine. He's like, so you want to come? So you want to come back tomorrow for an on-the-job training? I was like, sure, okay, that sounds fine. What's gonna happen? And they go, well, you're basically gonna be here for the entire day, the entire work day. And I was like, what the fuck? Hello? And it was like an
Mm.
8 to 6 job. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? But, it was already too late. I already signed up. So I was like, fuck it. I'll go. So I go. And I go there at 8. And then they have this entire speech. So let me give a perspective into the pyramid scheme world of life. Yeah, because I was in there for
Oh
like
Lord.
uh, uh, too long for my liking. So 8 a.m. You go in there, and then everybody goes to the back, and they start playing music, like very like pump music, dun 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 dun. Kind of like a party, kind of like raving type thing. And then the owner, he goes out there, and he with the microphone, very loud, very, the atmosphere gets you pumped up and shit like that. And it goes, how's everybody feeling today? And everybody's like, whoa,
What the
yeah.
fuck?
And to be fair, it was like 20 people, so it wasn't like that big. But, and he goes, everybody's like, yeah, we're okay, yeah, we're good, yeah, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then he goes, that's great, that's amazing. I want to give special thanks to Tommy. Everybody clap for Tommy. And everybody's, yeah, Tommy, yeah, Tommy, yeah. Right? And I'm like, and this is my first day.
What?
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is new, right? And he goes, yeah, I want to know Tommy. Tommy sold $200 worth of, and they worked for T-Mobile. They sold T-Mobile like phone plans. That's all they did, and phones apparently.
Mm.
So he goes, yeah, everybody get up for Tommy. He sold $200 worth of phone plans yesterday. Woo, Tommy, 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 right, right. And then he goes, thanks to this, Tommy is now going to be whatever. They had like a ranking system, right? Like you're a grunt, and then you become a better grunt, and then you become like a noble, and like that's a fucking level up system. I don't fucking know what the fuck it was, but he ranked up, right? He ranked up to where now he can be on his own, because before he used to be chaperoned with another person, and they both, he used to like shadow the guy. Now Tommy can be on his own, and I was like, okay, cool, I guess, whatever. Yeah, okay,
Okay.
wow. Yeah, I'm
I'm
just
just
here, bro. I'm
here.
just here, and they want me to be in a fucking suit, right? They want me to be in like a professional outfit, like a semi-professional outfit. So I'm over there with a suit, a tie, slacks, dress pants, and all that shit. So, and mind you, this is like the first 10 minutes, bro. I gave you this entire story for the first 10 minutes of the shit. And whatever the fuck, right? And then they start saying, yeah, and then like the assistant manager, I guess he got good enough to where he can open now his own multi-level marketing bullshit in a different like part of the world.
Mm.
So everybody like, yeah, give it up for Jay. Yeah, Jay fucking did it. He's now a manager for a different fucking firm and all that bullshit. And when I saw that, I was like, I shit you not, I wanted to walk out. I wanted to walk out. I was like, what the fuck is this, dude? Like, this is not what I signed up for. And that was gonna be every morning. Yeah, dude, that was gonna
Yeah,
be
like
every
crazy.
fucking morning. Every fucking morning, I waste my time. Every fucking morning, I hear this guy like, try to pump up his employees to sell the bullshit, and whatever, right? Like that shit happens. Whatever, it's done. Everybody goes on their own way, and I go with my chaperone, and he's also chaperoning another guy. So it's all three of us in a rinky dinky car, and he literally takes us to his territory, because they all have territory, so they don't like fight with each other over the same clans or whatever the fuck. So he goes to his territory, and it was literally what it was: door-to-door salesman. You see a no soliciting sign until you get caught, you can solicit. That's what he said. And we just went door to door, started selling these fucking plans, and then lunchtime comes. He invites me to lunch. It was a great ass sandwich. I want to go back just for the sandwich. I forgot where the fuck it was, and my life is now ruined, and I'm sad. But yeah, at the end, and we just go over to that. He just starts selling, knock knock. Hey, would you like a phone plan? Let me and he puts this little bit of charisma in there. So Susan, what phone plan do you have? Oh, I have Sprint. Well, Sprint is kind of ass, and that sometimes when you go and you make a phone call, you can't go on GPS, or when you're on GPS, you can't take a phone call because then your GPS dies. So he starts pulling the whole Casanova, like let me solve your problems type situation, and. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that sly fox where I gotta sell people. And some people do it. Yeah,
slimy. Yeah.
And it's funny enough because then I go over to the day's over, whatever. We sold our plans, whatever the hell, and then the guy that my chaperone is like, okay, just sign here and you can start with us. And I was like, I'm not signing. He's like, what? I'm not signing. I don't want to do this. He goes, oh, well, I think the manager wants to see you now. And I was like, oh, okay, great. I'll go over there. And then I go over there to the manager, right? And he's over there. He's like, so I hear you want to sign up with us. I was like, yeah, I don't want to sign up with you guys. He's like, why? And it was like, oh, because I feel like I'll be forced to, sell plans.
Lie to people. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, well, we don't. And he got so offended, dude. He took that personally, and that day he woke up and chose war. He goes, well, we don't do that. What makes you feel like we do that? We don't force our plan on people. We're helping people. We are making sure they get the phone plan they deserve. And I was like, okay, buddy, yeah, sure, whatever. Like I was just staying quiet. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever the fuck.
Yep.
You say, whatever the fuck. And that was a time I almost got caught in a multi-level marketing scheme or whatever the fuck, and I was like, yep, never again. And because of that one experience, I can now sniff it. I can sniff out these multi-level marketing schemes to where if I see them in a job, in a job application, or if I just go over there, straight up, if you're ever questioning if you're in, it's simple. If they ever tell you gotta pay for something to make money, you're in a marketing scheme. If they ever tell you that, if you ever go in there and they're playing music in the lobby, you're 9 out of 10 you're in a marketing scheme. and I'm thankful for that experience, because now I can smell it, and I thankfully evaded 3 or 4 other ones because of that experience. But dude, fuck that.
Yeah, it's never again. It's like they're trying to pull a Wolf of Wall Street, just scamming people out of shit.
On telephone plans, on T-Mobile plans, bro.
Yeah, my sister, I want to say my sister, got into one, very, very briefly, and my mom, she called her and she said, get the fuck out. My sister starts describing, what the plan is, and mom's like, that's a Ponzi scheme, and yeah, that's a Ponzi scheme. I can't understand what kind of person you have to be to want to peddle this garbage. You just have to have no code of ethics, no morals, just be the slimiest, just smarmy piece of garbage.
Now, see, as somebody who experienced that, I can understand as to why people fall for it. Because they sell you, and they sell you that level of grandeur, right? Be your own boss, right? Have your own employees. Your employees work for you. You're a badass now, and especially that pump session. Yeah, no. Oh. Just the pump session.
Just to get the pump up. Yep.
Yeah, get the pump up like that. That for a lot of people can go a long way, right? So I do know there are slimy people in those types of industries, 120%, not denying it at all. But I know there's a lot of people who are just don't know any better, right? Who fall into the the line of grandeur. Like what was another one? Another one. Ironically enough, one of my buddies tried to get me into it. um, where I think you sell life insurance or health insurance plan or something like that, and the whole scheme was get people under you. The more people you have under you, you get 10% of whatever the fuck they make and stuff like that. And once like, because not a lot of people have that charisma to sell shit, especially when your product is shit, right? Like, not a lot of people can sell,
You have
garbage.
to
It's very
you have to be a very specific type of person to be able to bullshit your way through selling a garbage product.
exactly. You have to be charismatic and very and know the right words. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people are just like mom and pops who are just trying to make a quick buck on the side, so they don't have that type of charisma.
Oh,
Um,
I just want to I just want to let you know ahead of time, and I may end up cutting this out, but I do have an appointment with a hairstylist. I forgot about that in about 20 minutes.
hairstylist.
We may cut this one a little short.
That's funny. You should keep that in. That's funny. That's funny.
Pun unintended.
Okay. Unintended. All right. Fair enough. But yeah.
All right, keep
but
going.
yeah,
I'm sorry. I cut you
No,
off.
no, no. You're good. All right. So that was my little tidbit of going down memory lane into almost being caught in a multi-level marketing scheme. But all right. So, Multiverse of Madness.
Okay.
It's an old movie. It's basically old at this point. But did you see it?
I did.
Okay. And how did you feel about, let's say, the level of gore and very arguably mature theme than the standard Marvel movies? How did you feel about that?
I personally, I'm a big fan of horror, and I love Sam Raimi's movies. I've watched every single Evil Dead film outside of the 2013 remake, which I heard is actually pretty damn good. And I've seen like the
Right.
absolute like gallons of gore that's in that new remake, and I really want to see it. But I love Sam Raimi's style. I love the way he makes his movies. As far as the gore and everything, this can be considered, the MCU's first, real
Right.
horror film. It's got a lot of horror elements, which I really,
Right.
really love, and I'm a big fan of
Right.
horror. Like, one of my favorite horror movies is The Thing. I'm a big fan of
The Rock?
cosmic.
The Thing?
Yeah, I love The Thing. I love the
Oh.
practical. You've seen that,
Shit.
have you not?
Oh, oh! I thought you meant the Thing from the Fantastic Four.
Well, that too. Got big muscles. But yeah, I'm a big fan of John Carpenter's The Thing, I should say.
He's always rock hard, baby.
Gosh. But yeah, I love
Right.
I love horror, and I did like a lot of the stuff that was in this movie, and I saw a video recently, and I was gonna bring this up for this week. Is that like hype culture and all this other stuff is killing the MCU? All these,
Ooh.
it's like basically the whole movie, instead
Okay.
of building up to something, instead of telling the story it wants to tell, it's building up to that, that end credit scene. It's what people don't realize is that people shat on Age of Ultron because it was a 2.5 hour, advertisement for Infinity War and, the next couple movies. But that's what these movies now are becoming, especially like Shang-Chi was probably one of the exceptions because that was pretty much standalone, and I really like that, and I love kung fu, martial arts, Asian martial arts movies like that.
It's all about Jackie Chan and Kung Fu Hustle. That's it. That's
Kung Fu Hustle. That's like a mix of like Austin Powers and freaking.
It was a great ass movie. It was a fantastic movie.
It is.
10 out of 10.
But yeah, I definitely loved Multiverse of Madness for what it was doing. I recognize that there are some issues, but I mean overall, I really liked it for sure.
I feel in my opinion, compared to the rest of the MCU, it was a very like it was basically like an R-rated movie. So like compared to the other E for everybody type movies.
Mm-hmm.
So in a comparison aspect, it was a very gory movie. Compared to the rest of the MCU.
Yeah.
Now, if I am taking away that and I'm just watching it as a standalone movie, right? Which I feel like it does it a disjustice in the sense that you're just gonna isolate the movie on its own and not, as I said, look at the past movies and what it built up to and where they started from and where they are now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, two things, two things that I really hated from that movie. One was the plot. Scarlet Witch wanting her kids back that never existed. To be fair, I never watched WandaVerse. I don't think I've watched that one, WandaVision. I never watched a single Disney Plus spinoff. I never watched any of them. So aside from Moon Knight's the only one I watched. But I thoroughly enjoyed that one. So I don't know the WandaVision plot or maybe some key elements I'm missing.
I would say, if you're I don't know if you have Disney Plus or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I would say
Yarg matey.
I would say that WandaVision and Loki are the only worthwhile ones to watch, because Loki. I'll start off with WandaVision. WandaVision.
Okay.
I love the idea that. The whole series is based around like old sitcoms and all these 19 going through all the decades. Every episode is a new decade: 1950s, 1960s, 70s, 80s, and then all the way up until like Modern Family type, modern day.
Okay, but do you like it because of the actual plot, or do you like it because it's nostalgia baiting the fuck out of you?
That's a good question, and that
see, now you gotta think about it a little bit more. Hey, don't question, consume product, be ready for next product.
I do.
Right?
You know what? But all in all, I do like the plot, because it's a lot of again, it sets up her arc for Multiverse of Madness. Is that Vision is dead, but and she literally enslaves a town of people.
Yeah.
Because of her, she's grieving.
Yes, I do know the general plots. Yes. Now, question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's something a hero should do, right? So and also, side thought. What was her line in the Multiverse of Madness, right? When you break the rules, everybody sees you as a hero. When I break the rules, I'm just a villain, right? And that's not fair. So something like that, right? Something along those lines. Bro, this lady enslaved an entire fucking city because she grieved, Like she has, like that's my thing. Because think about it like this. Why didn't she just go to a universe where she's dead, right? Where that universe Wanda's is dead, and she just takes over, right? Like, why doesn't she they're in a car crash, whatever, right? And that split second in that car crash, she just trade places. Nobody will know the difference. Nobody will know the difference. You know how easy that would be a solution for? So I don't understand. I don't understand the plot.
So the entire the Darkhold, which is which she uses in the Multiverse of Madness, isn't introduced until after she creates the hex and she's manipulated by Agatha Harkness, this other dark witch who has the Darkhold, and she and the Darkhold is the only thing that allows you to travel or dream. Is it dreamwalk into another person's body? That's the only. And you can't cross barriers. You can't cross universes, multiverses. Physically, you can only dreamwalk into them. That's where America Chavez comes in. Her character. That's the only way that she can do that. You know what I'm saying? That's how she isn't able to just go and do that. But I think it's more for dramatic purposes that she needs to see the monster that she's become in order to try and atone for her mistakes.
but you see, then I can't agree with it. I can't agree with it. Especially, spoilers if you haven't watched it. But especially in the ending. In the ending where I got, the kids see her, blah blah blah. Oh my god, I'm a monster, blah blah blah. And she just throws rocks on herself. She has an entire mountain fall on her, and I'm like, that's how she dies?
That's cliche
Really?
for sure. Yep.
A fucking mountain? Like this badass witch who traveled universe, galaxies, time and space, dies by rocks. Hello?
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, technically, we didn't. Well, we sort of saw it, but it's that old adage of pics or it didn't happen.
Yeah.
She could still technically be alive, and just like off. Maybe depowered. Maybe she has amnesia. Again, that's another can of worms, cliched worms. But yeah, I personally I love the whole emotional core is Wanda, and I like that.
Right.
It's the villain.
But then why is it called Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness? You get me? Like as they're because I'm not gonna lie to you, I do believe Hollywood is bankrupt. I do believe that they're in the point in time where they're either remaking classics because they ran out of ideas, or they're just trying to shoehorn in new characters in terms of the classic characters. For example, Buzz Lightyear, right? What's the movie called? Buzz Lightyear or Lightyear or whatever the fuck the movie's called.
Lightyear.
Right? And I would assume, as you showed me this main character, and I watched the original like what is that, like the 1990s Buzz animated series, but like like the robot and the big red giant, and I love that so much. That was my favorite cartoon as a kid. I watched that, and I'm looking over here at this news Buzz Lightyear, and they're really, really, really trying to pull that Uno reverse card. They're really trying to say, hey, this is a Buzz Lightyear movie. Come over here and see Buzz.
It's
And
just
and then they like 180 you with this this random girl. I'm like, I didn't want. Hello, I came here for Buzz. Buzz should be the badass. Buzz should be the hero. Buzz should be the one saving the day. All that jazz, right? At least for a movie called Lightyear. But it's not. It's regarding I get it. He has I think he has more screen time than the girl, but you can see he's not really the hero. You get me?
Yeah, I haven't.
And that to me, and like, I shit you not, I'm having so much more fun watching children's movie, like this movie that came out called The Bad Guys. I don't know if you heard of it.
I have. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Like that movie was pretty great.
All right, we're good to go. Yeah, we're gonna cut this one a little bit short. I do apologize. My stylist is ready, and Jay, I believe you only have a select amount of time. I do apologize. I should have said ahead of time that I had set up a hair appointment.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I was not expecting that. I wish you told me. That was funny. That was hilarious.
I gotta get this mop of crap off of my head. So, so thanks for listening to this relatively shorter episode of the Dead Batteries podcast. We hope your batteries are a little bit more recharged, just a little bit.
One day.
And we will see you
in the next week. Yeah,
next week, next episode, maybe. Whenever that may be.
Maybe. And spoilers. I believe if Dutch is if we can do this, maybe we can make this a bi-weekly. Correction, 2 times a week, if possible.
2 times a week.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's. Right now we'll keep it. We'll keep it with the 1 week.
Of course. Listen. I just.
If we have time, if we both have the time and the tenacity to do it,
we'll figure it out.
We'll definitely figure it out. But thanks everybody for listening. You can find us right now on YouTube, and I'm still working on getting Spotify and Apple Music and possibly iHeartRadio.
Wow, iHeartRadio
set up. Yeah, that's one you haven't heard in a long time. That's what I used to listen to.
I have it.
That's what
But yeah, once we get those set up, we'll put them in the description, maybe the comment section, whichever one's easiest. And yeah, just be on the lookout, right, Dutch?
And yeah, here comes the outro music this time. We're actually gonna do it.
Ooh.
It's coming in.
I'm
It's
excited.
coming in. And there's a drop. There's a drop. There it is. And bye.